Google held their I/O developer conference this week. The presentation primarily focused on Google's ethical approach, in quotes, and integration of AI into its entire workspace suite. Composition assistance in Gmail, Google Docs, etc., ability to use text prompts to create draft spreadsheets and images and slides. Bard can handle 20 programming languages and will likewise use Docs, Maps, Lens, etc. as tools, similar to ChatGPT's plugins, which I'm not going to make a whole topic about it, but they announced will be usable by anyone who subscribes next week, including ChatGPT, be able to search the web and all this other kind of stuff. So cool. Google also demoed Google Search with an AI snapshot included at the top of search results, which could serve as a jumping off point for further AI-powered actions a la Bing. There's a wait list to access this feature, unsurprisingly, because that's how everything's working right now, which is part of Search Labs. Google introduced the future Project Tailwind, not to be confused with Tailwind, which will be a personalized private AI model that learns from your documents and acts as a tutor and research assistant. This is similar to their Vertex AI division, which will let businesses build custom AI tools with their choice of model, like Palm 2, Imagen, etc. Working with Character AI, a service that creates custom chatbots with different personalities, even ones based off celebrities. There's a chick on TikTok or something that is selling access to her AI, which pretends to be your girlfriend for $1 a minute.
Yeah, I saw that.
Crazy. Google is supporting their rhetoric about ethical AI development with concrete features. Meta tagging for AI images.
That's a concrete feature, assuming that they actually do it and assuming that it's actually accurate.
The second one, pretty big. Ability to spot and highlight potential malicious code. You can say what Linus just said yet again. Additional context to allow users to spot misinformation, such as notes on an image that show where and when it was posted on the internet. A universal translator whose dubbing and lip syncing are available only to authorized partners to prevent deepfakes. That will definitely work and never have any problems. Hardware announcements were relatively unsurprising. The Pixel Fold was exactly as leaked. Surprise, surprise. The Pixel tablet supports multiple users and can double as a Nest Hub. That's actually kind of neat. The Pixel 7a is very similar to the 6a with modest improvements in most areas. Notably, its refresh rate has gone from 60 to 90. That's actually pretty nice. Its main camera has a 72% bigger sensor and has a significant jump in resolution, 12.2 megapixels to 64 megapixels. Discussion question: what is the value of a company like Google emphasizing thoughtful, ethical approach to AI?
I mean, it's only as good as
the follow-through.
Their commitment.
Yeah. It means nothing right now.
And Google's commitment to anything is
very questionable.
Very questionable. I mean, I talked about this on that stream that we pulled down earlier this week. Oh, I guess I should probably explain that at some point. I talked about this on the stream, but you know, the biggest issue for me with Google's tablets, and it was tablets that I was focused on when I was talking about it on the stream, is that what do you need to do on a tablet? Right? What? No, really? Like what?
I never use them, so I don't know. Watch YouTube or something?
Yeah, I mean, that was the number one response.
Yeah, like watch YouTube, Netflix, something like that.
Respond to email, browse the web.
Sure. I find responding to email on a tablet very annoying, but like...
Yeah, some people do it. But remember,
sure.
I don't know, the way some people reply to emails, like, okay. Like they use email as, instant messaging, right? So yeah, but browse the web and watch video were the number one and number two responses. Is there any reason that you couldn't do that on an Android tablet?
Nope.
No, of course not. So then why does everyone buy iPads? Because there's continuity in the ecosystem. Because you know that when your iPad cracks the screen or gets old, there's a new one that will work just like the old one, and all your stuff works, and you're good to go immediately.
In my experience, a lot of apps on Android tablets are super janky and terrible. The experience is just kind of rough. Like everyone I know that buys one is like, yeah, this thing sucks.
Well, that's because Google's commitment to Android tablets has been lackluster. So they're not signaling the importance of the category by supporting it properly. They're not encouraging developers. They're not getting hardware out there at an affordable price in a way that will incentivize developers for the platform. And for consumers, they're not giving them the trust that if they buy an Android tablet, it will be supported for a reasonable amount of time. And once it reaches a reasonable end of life, there will be a new one for them to transition to. And so I think for me, the biggest question is, what's the follow through going to be? And, back to the whole, metadata tagging on AI generated images and all that sort of thing. Like, what about when AI is not the Silicon Valley word du jour? What if we go back to Internet of Things?
Yeah. Oof. Ugh.
Remember Internet of Things?
Yeah.
I mean, what are some other stupid cringe? I mean, obviously, Metaverse was the most recent one before
3.0.
AI. Web 3.0.
Yeah.
What happens when we move on to the next trendy thing that everyone wants in their quarterly earnings calls and in their new product announcements, right? Do they just kind of say, well, I don't know, everyone seems to be kind of over this AI thing and move on? I just don't know. What product has Google successfully launched in the last 5 years? No, really though. Guys, for real, if I'm way off base here, you got to let me know.
So I'm trying to think of what I use. Meet isn't new. I use Meet all the time. They changed the name a billion times, but it's still just Meet. Google Workspace, Google Search. Pixel phone, dude. No, the original.
Last
he's talking
5 years.
He's also he's talking about new verticals, not individual product.
Yeah,
so he's not saying releasing the 8th Pixel doesn't count.
Yeah, like an update to Android Auto is not releasing a product.
Yeah.
Although shout out Android Auto.
It sort of is, but he means
Actually,
new verticals.
Yeah. Yeah, but the Pixel also hasn't been in the last 5 years, guys. Stadia is not a successful launch. I mean, what is it? It's a successful launch.
Chromecast is very old, guys.
Spontaneous rapid deconstruction. What's the term for it when you launch something and it blows up?
Is it SPUD? I think so.
Sorry?
SPUD, I think.
No, I'm talking about the rocket that blew up.
Yeah. I don't remember what the actual acronym is.
Yeah, it's not an actual acronym. It's just like a silly thing they were saying. I think.
No, it's a thing.
Oh, it's a thing.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. Well, there you go. Shows you what I know.
RUD. Rapid Unscheduled
Disassembly. There we go. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. So, I mean, yeah, sure. You could. Oh, come on. Pixel Fold. Okay, that is unproven, and you can't even buy it yet. Wireless Android Auto. No, that's iterative. That's a new feature on an existing product. See, this is what I'm talking about. With the R&D budget that Google has.
I'm still watching. Pixel Watch is that not 90% dead in the water?
And didn't they just buy Fitbit? It doesn't count if you just buy something and then... I don't know. I just don't get it. It's a whole thing. What is it? The innovator's dilemma or whatever it is that explains why big companies can't invent anything anymore. Because it's impossible because it's not worth their time to invent things.
Yeah.
But then if it's not worth your time to invent things, why do you employ so many inventors?
Yeah.
Why don't you just all wear suits? I don't know, man. More advertisements. I mean, yeah, certainly that. People asking, why was the stream taken down? The stream was taken down because the video did not meet our standards for quality. And because it was an archived VOD of a live stream, there was no way to really fix it and make it meet our standards for quality. It was definitely a team effort, why it kind of sucked. I want to shout out everyone who was involved in it because we all did our best to kind of turn this thing around extremely quickly when there were other distractions unrelated to the stream, unrelated to the video that were going on. I want to thank YouTube for their patience with the way the whole thing went down, because we pulled the video after because I was like, okay, guys, here's what happened. The first couple minutes of the stream, what was it, Dan? 3 or 4 minutes?
For what? Sorry.
For the stream earlier this week that went to the wrong stream key.
Oh, yeah, it was about 2.5 minutes, something like that, before we could figure out why.
So the first couple minutes of it went to the wrong stream key, which was a whole thing because we had to have it scheduled because the feature that we were supposed to be showcasing, YouTube Shopping, was beta. So it had to be activated on a specific scheduled event. And we don't normally do scheduled events. We go live kind of like you go live on Twitch, where you just start streaming in your... well, in our case, in your encoding software and in our restreamer. So it just goes when it goes. There is no schedule. But we had to set up a schedule because they had to activate that feature. So we didn't go live to the scheduled one. We went live to our normal one that we use for WAN Show. So the title and thumbnail was wrong. And then for the VOD, once we actually got it switched over to the scheduled one, the first 2.5 minutes where I even explained what the crap was going on
is all gone.
Were missing. And so all we see is me sitting there confused because I'm trying to process, am I supposed to back up and we start again? What do you mean we streamed to the wrong key? What does that even mean? Because I haven't used the scheduled thing since YouTube fixed their live streaming, so I don't have to use it anymore. So I haven't touched it in like 2 or 3 years. What does that even mean? Do I start at the beginning? They're like, no, don't start at the beginning. I'm sitting here going, right, but what about the VOD? But I can't ask these questions because I am live on stream right now, having just sent a go live notification to thousands of people.
And the problem with that is you don't get another one. So
it seems like it did send out a second one because it's technically a different stream destination. So we did get 2 notifications, which is even worse.
Okay, but now he doesn't get another one of the right one.
I think your daily limit is 4 or 5.
Yeah, but you can't burst them, right? I don't think so. Can you?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
What I do know is that the reason that you have a notification limit per day, the reason they're gated, is because
it's good. They should.
Viewer fatigue.
Yeah.
They're trying to protect you from yourself.
Yeah.
People don't want their phone I'm busy right now. What is this?
We don't need something like that for Flowplane, but you definitely need something like that for if you're like a YouTube or a Twitch.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
So pretty much I was looking at it going, all right, what is the net benefit of leaving this up? The whole point of the sponsored aspect of this stream, because we're going to talk about Google I/O on WAN Show anyway. So the whole point of this sponsored stream is for them to showcase this feature that is only applicable to live. Pull the video, go find something else, upload that today.
Yeah.
And so that's what we did. Sorry, guys, I didn't mean to kind of leave people in the dark, but also people seemed to mostly not care. It didn't even manage to generate an outrage thread over on Reddit, so...
Impressive.
Yeah, it's actually quite impressive. Oh, okay. We got people asking, did YouTube still pay you? Yes, apparently the deal is not dead. We do have some more stuff coming. We've got some shorts on the 3 new hardware devices, and then we've also got a second stream coming, but the second stream is going to have a far more structured format, and there'll be, a clear thing for us to talk about. Is the goal, I think.
That's good.
Yeah, freaking A. I mean, go ahead.
I was just going to topic transition us. If you have more to say, go for it.
Well, speaking of the devices, I wanted to kind of talk about those a little bit. Pixel 7a looks killer. Would you ever go Pixel again after the experiences you've had?
Actually, yes, probably.
Really?
Because there's one killer feature.
You are basically like in an abusive relationship at this point, though.
Yep.
Okay.
But if someone else releases this feature, I will very likely be gone.
All right. What is your...
Screen call. It's actually amazing, and I use it all the time. I have not picked up a call from a scammer in, years.
All right.
It's
Chat's
actually
hilarious.
fantastic.
They always come crawling back. Yeah. Okay.
I even had Riley called me, but I didn't have his caller ID in my phone, and it showed up as it showed up in a way that looked super scammy because there was it just said British Columbia, but there's a bunch of spaces in the middle of it. So I was like, oh, this is definitely a scam. So I screened it, but then it says on the thing, very clearly, he's like, there's something going on with Flowplane. I need to, and I'm like, okay, sweet.
By the way, I just want to make it very clear. Some people seem to think that the issue with the stream was Google's fault. It was not. Okay. Follow-up question. You've been looking kind of enviously over my shoulder at the big screen fold device
No.
for a while. Really?
Nope.
Oh, okay. I thought you were pretty into like
Not
the
happening.
spreadsheets and stuff.
Yeah, I'm not spending $2,000 on a phone.
Oh, I thought, okay. Well, you jumped ahead. Okay. So yes, it looks cool. And then
It looks interesting.
follow-up question.
I would really like to be able to like test drive one.
Man, I had a whole thing. I was gonna.
Sorry.
You jumped right to the end. Like, what do you think this is? Dennis's French fry thing?
Okay, sorry, go for it.
Okay, so you've been looking over my shoulder at the big screen on the Fold.
Yeah.
Okay. Ah, see, now you've ruined it.
My bad. Sorry, I was pretty confident I knew where you were going.
Oh man,
It's
what
my
was I?
bad.
Now I don't even remember what I was gonna say. Right. I was gonna say you're fairly wealthy. Would you spend the $1,700?
I still have a house to save up for.
Yeah, that's true. All right.
So dropping $2,000 on a phone doesn't feel fun. I am probably planning like this September's release of phones
Yeah.
to look into something, because it's been.
So you want an iPhone?
Don't they release other ones at that time too? Am I just out of the loop? It's been a long time.
I think the new Qualcomm chipset cycle is a little bit off of Apple's
Okay.
cycle right now.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's more like spring, because we just got the brand new S23.
I think Pixel like 8 is kind of where I'd be aiming,
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
One more cycle.
because I'm 4A 5G at this point, so I'm a little far back.
Yeah, but
And
you're
it's
still
like-
getting support. So
Yeah, so it's still fine for now, but like it's time to start considering.
yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
Yep, that's fair. I hope the tablet goes well. I mean, it's got a good processor. It's $500. It comes with the little dock. And then the last one is, of course, the Pixel Fold. That I will have a lot to say once I actually get hands-on with it. I'm very excited, but I need to really use it and, try out some of the apps that I've had trouble with on my Samsung folding devices and see if they're any better.
So there's a comment on Floatplane Chat that says Luke doesn't seem like the kind of person who's getting an iPhone. You might actually be kind of surprised.
You'd be surprised about both of us. I daily
Yeah.
drove the iPhone for years.
Yep. And I have nothing really against iPhones. My biggest issue with an iPhone is because I don't generally use them. The needing to learn the platform doesn't sound interesting to me. But I'm not against an iPhone necessarily.
There's honestly not a lot to learn. Like I don't know. I don't really know what to tell you. Like there's
There's
stuff.
also like weird things. Like my phone's down there because it'll buzz the mics, but I'm a big fan of like very, very clear home pages.
Yeah.
I only have things on my homepage like Floatplane, calling, email, like very like if I'm opening my phone, it is probably for one of these types of applications. I don't like the whole screen being full.
I'd love someone to just like corner Tim Cook and ask, how is it actually possible on this green and blue marble that you guys do not allow me to put my icons wherever I want on my home screen?
Yeah, that one's actually crazy.
It's one of those things that's just so obvious that you just obviously need to obviously fix this, and it'll take like 20 minutes because you've obviously already done the dev work. You just haven't rolled it for whatever reason.
It's like actually embarrassing how much that would influence my decision to get an iPhone.
It's not even possible that some iOS engineer didn't just stay late one day and fix that for lulz on a creative day. That is actually not possible. It has happened. I guarantee it. Just the way developers work. You know how developers work. In fact,
Someone would be like, this annoys me, and then I would just do it.
and they would just fix it. Because it's really stupid and really just needs to be fixed. But
It's very annoying.
okay. This is something that like really annoys me. Like you'll find little annoyances on both. This is something that's been driving me absolutely crazy on Android. And I don't know if it's just Android or if it's the Google app. You know how Google kept telling us, okay, Hangouts is going away. GChat is going away, blah, blah, blah. And it just like never goes away and it's still there. So now whenever I share, I just took a screenshot and I clicked share. If I go to
I hate this menu.
this,
Absolutely hate this menu.
instead of being just Gmail, because I clicked Gmail. There's now a second click.
Do you want to do chat or do you want to do email?
No, I don't want to do chat.
I actually hate that menu so much that I will always go out of my way to not use it.
The share menu?
Yeah, I'll just download things or copy links and then manually go to the messaging app and do it that way.
It's just like full of random things instead of the most recent people I talk to. And just
and I'm like, how does it think I'm going to share this to someone that I haven't talked to in like 5 years? When the like 3 people in my life that I share things to off my phone are never here.
Yeah.
Like what the heck? So it literally doesn't save me time. And then the amount of times that it's like, I have to scroll so much to find the right app or like the right person or whatever that is just, I don't know. I find it very annoying.
Okay, this is great. So my top one is myself, my personal Gmail account, which I have probably never shared anything to because why would I? And my second one is my work account. Which I would never share anything to from my. Oh, actually, that's not true. I would email things to myself from time to time, just because embarrassingly, it's easier than just.
Yep.
You know. Then I've got my son, my wife, my aunt, maybe. Okay. Oh, here we go. Then I've got some random Discord server that I have literally never shared anything to. You on Discord. I actually do share things to you. Another random Discord server that I have literally never shared anything to. And then 2 completely random Teams message channels. One is Dan. Dan, when's the last time I shared anything to you over Teams?
Oh, I mean, you messaged me earlier, so maybe that's why I'm there first.
Literally never. Literally never. Literally never. Literally never. I don't use this application. Literally never. Sometimes never.
Wow. Fantastic.
What's the point? Like,
My problem is that every single icon in my share menu, all of them are blue. They're all blue and white. I can't tell what any app is. Teams is blue and white. Facebook is blue and white. Twitter is blue and white. They're all blue and white.
Share with
I
Mom.
can't. Oh, shoot. No. Not that, Mom.
I'm sorry that Floatplane has contributed to your problem.
Why is everything blue?
It's a very neutral, like, things are fine color.